it is my pleasure to introduce today's COE Special Research Curriculum presenter, Professor Shiqing Liu from Ningbo University, China, and he is currently a visiting scholar in College of Education. And Professor Liu is the former Dean of College of Education of Ningbo University. He has been doing research in digital learning and has actually published a national-wide adopted textbook curriculum used by many college students. And I think I will remind me, your recent research is about studying the education website in terms of, go ahead.
Because my English is limited, so I ask Professor Xing translate for me. Let my teacher to be a translator for me. I'm very, very sorry.
I think his recent research is about the optimal web design, web layout based on his data collected through eye movement tracking machine to see where is the hot spot that a student typically focusing on, the initial focusing point, and tracking pattern when students scan the document on website, and that his line of research. I did not bring a detail of it about the bio of Professor Liu, so without further ado, I will turn over to Professor Liu. So let's welcome Professor Liu to give us a talk. And I thank Dr. Lehman for providing. Can I say thank you? I want to thank you, Dr. Lehman, for providing us the opportunity for Professor Liu to do this research. I really appreciate it.
We're happy to have you.
I'm very sorry to interrupt. I'm very excited and couldn't believe my ears. And I'm a PhD student in learning design technology at Purdue University. And I graduated from Ningbo University in 2003. You were my instructor.
Oh, good.
I speak. I'm learning his student aside your name but I didn't buy.
So maybe start. Do you have the PowerPoint so that I can do the translating? Yeah, you can talk in. He can talk in Chinese, and then I can translate.
Sure.
我今天要给大家交流的一个项目呢是中文教育网页的视觉特征和结构特征研究。
So yeah, I think the title is there because I already translated into English. Actually, this PowerPoint has English. Everyone can read. So a study on visual features and structural characteristics of Chinese educational website or web page. So.
我汇报的呢有两个部分，一个部分呢是中文教育网页的视觉特征，这是我第一个部分。随着信息技术的发展，特别是多媒体技术出现以后呢，我们的学习方式发生了很大的变化，就是由原来基于阅读文本的学习，逐渐的转向于阅读多媒体的学习。所以呢，对于多媒体学习的研究。 就写得非常重要。我们这个研究呢，主要是利用眼动实验来研究3个参数，就是首次注视点、注视次数和注视点持续时间，来研究浏览网页时候它所表现出的一些特征。
So I guess I'll skip part because everybody knows the. Nowadays world, we no longer rely on reading textbooks. A lot of multimedia, people learn from that. So Professor Liu has been conducting research using eye movement tracking machine to study the web page. You basically study the three psychological parameters of student web scanning behavior. One is the visual fixation point. So where do they look at? Which spot they look at first? Fixation frequency, the number of times they look at a certain place, and the duration. So these are the three parameters that he used to study the characteristic of the student scanning web page behavior. Next one.
我们做这个研究呢，首先有一个预备实验。这个预备实验呢，主要是要得出一个研究的结果，就是学生在浏览网页的时候，他的时间究竟需要多长？那么做这个实验呢，有两个目的，一个呢就是为我们以后教学，比如说我们用多媒体来教学的时候，给学生呈现一个界面究竟需要多长时间，提供一个参考。再一个呢，就是为我们这个研究呢的实验设计提供一个时间选种机种的一个参考。
So this is a pre-experiment. He tried to understand first the average time of scanning a web page, so that he can use that to use that as a parameter to for further study to determine how much time you should present a web page to the student as an experimental stimulus. And that the significance of studying that will help us to figure out in terms of the time duration of the presentation of a web page to the student, what's the optimal parameter. So next one.
经过我们实验呢，得到这样的一系列的数据，就是学生通过浏览三类网页的平均时间，分别是这个表上的这三个数据。最后呢，它的平均时间是11.29秒，这是我们的一个基种数据。
So these are the data they have obtained. The left column describes different types of web pages. So I translated to here. One is dynamic learning materials. That means you can interact with the web page. The second was educational material. Basically, I guess teach you something or tell you something. The last one, topical material. So three types of web page. Here shows the mean, standard deviation, and the total time, duration of fixation. That means students pay attention to the content of the web. And he found that the average duration of pay attention to a web is 11.29 seconds.
我们这个实验呢是它这个第二个问题是讲这个实验过程设计和实验的过程和实验的设计。就我们这个实验呢有个最基本的假设，就是学生在浏览教育网页的时候，他所表现出的视觉特征呢是具有一致性。那么我们选取宁波大学45个学生作为实验对象，采用了3×3的这种实验的混合设计。
So this is the hypothesis of experiment. So the researcher believed that there is similarity or similar pattern concerning visual perception parameters among college students when they scanning the same web pages. They selected 45 college undergraduates from Ningbo University with randomization assigned to three groups. One condition, there are three conditions. So this design is 3x3 factorial design. One variable is about the scanning duration. So the 3 level 1 is less than the average fixation time duration. One condition is equal to the average, and the other condition is larger than the average fixation duration. Another variable is the types of material. We talked about one type's dynamic, and the other one's topical, and the other one's educational. So it's 3x3 factorial design. Yeah.
Can I ask a clarification question?
Yes.
So the scanning duration was was fixed? In other words, was the web page presented for a period of time and then taken away?
他问你这个呈现刺激的时候，是不是把这个时间啊，呈现这个web page 的时间是定死的，到了时间就拿走，是这样吗？你在做实验的时候？
对，因为前边不是做了一个预备实验，
对，你
这个时间，
average
这个时间呢，是基本上是需要的，就是要大于这个时间，学生才能够看清楚。
对。
而呈现给学生以后呢，列动仪实验呢，它是可以自动收集数据的。就你看了多长时间，你的这个第一个注视点在哪里，然后到第二个注视点，到最后看完整个这个过程，每一个点以及这个时间的长短，这个实验仪器呢，它背后可以收集的。
I understand that the tracking machine can collect all these data， 但是我要问你的问题 ，I'm sorry， here's 这个你用的是一个
这是一个
This is the independent variable you are using， so 你在控制这个呈现时间来，你是不是控制呈现时间？就控制有一个条件，就是他们只给平均的呈现时间，有一个是大于，有一个小于，你是控制这个变量的 ，right？
不是控制这个变量，
你没有控制啊？
不是控制这个。
But that in your design,
I think he just coded.
因为这个是什么？就是说，我是给它不同三组这个界面的结构不一样。时间就是这个呈现的时间是以这个平均时间为参照，这个时间基本是固定的。
So you just use average.
给学生呈现的时间是固定的。
Average. You take the average 平均是吧？ So based on what he told me, because I thought I would agree with you, because that's an independent variable. I thought he's manipulating that variable, but he said he only use the average duration, and then actually record the actual duration of student scanning the page. So he's afterwards coding all these variables, and I thought, And then the other one basically is types of material. Okay. And dependent variable is the fixation.
我们为了做实验，就是为了这个发现浏览网页的这些数据，它的这个统计特征，我们把网页呢分成这样9个区。
Okay, so he basically divided a web page into 9 regions in order to do further analysis which part is the hot spot. So if you can remember this one to do going that way, and later he will report to you which spot is the hottest spot. Okay. Go on.
通过实验呢，我们获得了这样的几组数据。第一个呢，就是学生浏览教育类网页的时候，各个区域，刚才的各个9个区域，注视时间，它的一个方差的一个数据。
Okay, so this is the MANOVA result analysis of variance. This is the source of the variance, type of website. This is the interaction between types of material and the duration of presentation of the web page. This is the error. That's the region, the factor of region, interaction between region and the presentation duration. Error, turn, and this is the interaction between different web material and the region. And basically these are detailed ANOVA result. This is the interaction between the web page material, types of different material, the region, and presentation duration. That's the error turn. Degree of freedom, that's basic result. We don't have to get into that in detail, I think.
现在主要是后边这张的数据。这是最基本的，刚才那个是方差的分析。
The overall analysis of variance. So if, based on what he said, if we partial out the factors of web page types and the presentation duration, below presents the mean and standard error of fixation duration across different regions.
就是从这个里边，我们可以看出来9个区里边呢，第5区它的注视时间是最长的。然后呢，第7区注视时间是最少的。
Okay, so based on the result,
图形图也可以看出来。
Yeah, you can see the region 5th. Am I right?
Right.
Yeah, region 5th.
Which was right
5.
Right in the middle.
Yeah, it's the most students spend most of the time to pay attention to, and then 7 is the least region.
这个呢是第二个是关于注释点个数，就是说这9个区里边有多少个注释点，它的这个方差分析，这个不重要。
So yeah, the previous one is about the skin duration, fixation duration. This one is the fixation points, number of fixation points, and that's the same analysis result, just on a different variable. So we don't have to. Yeah, let's see next one.
这是它的这个基本数据，从这个数据里边也可以看出来，类似于刚才那个第5区，它的注释点的个数最多，第7区呢是最少。
So again, the similar result again show on this variable when we talk about the number of fixation points. Region 5 also gets the most points, and 7 is the least.
那么这两个实际上应该说可以佐证，为什么呢？因为你注释的个数多了，相对的它注释的时间呢也是多的，
So
这个相互佐
these
证。
two results actually yes support each other when you have more time to pay attention to that spot, and then you get more fixation points. So
这个呢是关于第3组是关于首次注释点个数，就是说我们学生在看一个界面的时候，它的第一个注释点是在哪一个区？ 统计这个数字，那么这是我们统计了以后呢，得到的最新的数据是这样的。
yeah, so the previous result MANOVA is on the variable of initial fixation points. That means the very first in the beginning. I mean, where you're looking at. So and they found that region 1 has the most initial fixation points. Yeah, that's very different. All the rest are kind of similar. One is the, I think I remember it's the corner left.
It's upper left corner.
Upper left corner.
第4个就是根据前面的实验数据呢，我们可以得到这样几个实验的结果。第一个呢就是关于浏览教育网页各个区域的注释时间的统计。那么经过统计以后呢，我们发现，第5区它的注释时间呢是最长的，第7区呢是最短的。 然后呢，是2区和8区呢是相对多，其他区呢是介于这个之间。
Yeah, so basically I summarized it here. Region 5 has the longest fixation duration across all types of web page material. The 7th region has the least fixation duration, and then the rest in sequence in order. Followed by region 1 and 3 and 9, and then region 4 and 6 most closely to the average, region 2 and 8 a little bit beyond the average. Fixation points form mostly at the center part of the page, gradually decrease as it away from the center, decreasing from more horizontally than vertically, meaning dramatically decrease from going to the side, but this one is a little bit slow in terms of decreasing. I hope my translation give you a picture of the result.
第2个结果呢是关于注释点个数，那么和刚才那个也是类似的，就是通过分析呢，我们可以看出来第5区它的注释点个数是最多的区域，第7区呢是最少的区域。
So here again on the variable of fixation number, region 5 has the most fixation numbers, and then region 7 has the least. And then I think the rest is all similar. It goes, the center gets the most attention and it gradually decreases when you go from silent.
第3个这个结论呢，就是关于首次注释点个数。那么通过统计发现呢，第1个区域是首次注释点最集中的区域，所以我们也把它称为是这个注释的首次注释点的这个起点区域。那么其他的呢是差别非常大，就非常低，就只有第1个是非常高。
So overall, the result shows that region 1 has the most initial fixation points, and I think all the rest you said are similar in terms of not really show very big difference across the rest of the regions. Let me read this one. Let's see. So there is less fixation points in region 2 and 5. Did I say? So this is different from before. You said region 5 get to the most fixation duration
and
frequency, but in terms of initial fixation point is region 1.
Number 1.
Okay, all right, yeah.
这是第一个问题。第二个呢，我给大家汇报呢是中文教育网页的结构特征。就是结构特征呢，就是不同的网页它有不同的结构。那么我们在观看不同结构网页的时候，它在注释时间和注释次数上会表现出不同的特性来。那么我们根据这种特性来推断不同结构它的优劣，以利于我们呢以后在设计网页的时候呢，能够做出正确的选择。
So I guess this is described structural characteristic. What does that mean? Basically refers to different features such as these the three primary variables that we have been discussing so far. So he based on these three parameters, use that as a base to determine later experiments how much time we should present the stimulus to the readers. And so basically rely on these parameters to design the future experiment in order to understand the structure feature of the web.
这个实验呢，我们也有一个过程和实验的一个设计。实验的假设呢，就是大学生浏览不同结构的网页。那么这个结构呢，我们分了文本和图片类。除这个以外，还有其他的。那么这个是我们也已经研究过的，但是今天呢，我们不可能把这个全讲，所以呢，今天只拿出来文本和图片类。这种网页。在浏览的时候呢，视觉上是存在差异的，这是一个基本假设。那么它的差异呢，就反映在注释时间和注释次数上。
So here he only report one type of the study only interested in the text picture type of material. He has done other study, but because of the limit of time we have, he only present the result on this line of research. There is a difference in terms of the fixation duration and fixation frequency when we view different structured text picture web page. He's going to talk about the result and the study he has done.
就后来还有比如说文本和动画。文本和图片和声音，那么这些呢也做了，但是今天不可能再讲。
So he also did a study in terms of text and animation type, and then text and with voice, sound, those type of web page, but he's not going to get into detail today. So next.
这个是实验过程和实验材料，这个就简单。
Yeah, I guess this is about experimental material. He used 12 pages of web pages. Yeah, and what else did he see? So these are the software that I'm not familiar with, software to do the analysis, basically the procedure detail that I have no idea. You use those techniques to do the data analysis. It's a software that they can really analyze all of these parameters that he has been talking about. So let's go on to next one.
就为了研究方便呢，我们把文本图片类的网页，它有许多结构，但是我们通过统计以后呢，给出了这样四张最典型的，就是上边是图，下边文字。上边文字，下边图，左边图，右边文字，右边文字，左边图，这样4种最典型的结构。
So they eventually decided to just use this 4 types of very typical web page layout. The first type, as you see, it's a picture top. What did I say? But anyway, this is not consistent with this. Anyway, this is picture top, text bottom, and text top, picture bottom, picture left, text right, right. So that's 4 types. Next one.
那么这是实验的具体数据，就是我们对文本图片类的，先看第一个数据呢是文本区就注释文本区的注释时间，它的这个统计的数据。那么从这个统计数据上，我们可以看出来，左图右文的这种结构，在看文本的时候，它的注释的时间是最长，是7.13。那么上图下文的这种结构呢是最短，是5.08。
So I guess based on this result, it seems like left picture text right will result in the most fixation duration in terms of the text. So you have to really remember when we talk about a type of web page and what we are looking, whether or not you pay attention to the text or pay attention to the picture. So if it's a picture left, text right, people pay most attention or the longest duration for looking at the text.
这是第二个，第二个呢是关于文本区注释时间在各个区上的，这是它的这个方差分析，我们就看啊。这一组呢是关于文本区注释点个数。
So this is looking at the variable of fixation points across different types of information unit organization, referring to the web page layout. So this one is
左图右文是最多，上图下文是最少。
Picture to the left, text to the right gets the most number of fixation points. So this is the one. This is talking about pay attention to the text, right?
Yeah.
Most, yeah. Oh, the fixation points. So
这个呢是一组是关于图片的，就是我们刚才那两组呢是注释，就是关心的是文本，这个呢是我们是关心的是图片，就是同样的一个界面里边有文本有图片，但是我们关注的对象不同。这个呢是关注图片，图片的注释时间，它的这个实验的结果数据。
So right now we pay attention to picture. So before we see what's the duration, the most duration when we have different structured layout. This time we look at how much attention people pay to the picture in the layout. So if the text web page layout is a picture to the left, text to the right. No, which one's the most? This one, sorry. Sound to picture on the top, text at the bottom. Then the picture gets the most fixation point. Yeah, it's interesting. So when you have picture on the top and sound to show picture on the top, text at the bottom, the picture gets the most fixation points, right? They're talking about fixation duration. It's not point. Just get to the longest attention from the reader in terms of the picture. So picture on the top, then you get most attention for the picture. Okay.
这个呢是关于图片的注释点个数，它的这个实验数据，从统计来看呢是上图下文的对于图片区的注释点个数最长，而左图右文的对于图片的注释点个数最少。
So right now we are looking at number of fixation points in terms of this kind of web page layout. That means picture on top, text at the bottom. The attention. We talk about picture, right? Picture. So the picture will get the most fixation points when the picture's on the top and the text at the bottom. Next.
下来我们看一下实验的结果。就通过实验数据的统计分析呢，我们可以得出这样4个实验的结果。第一个呢，就是在文本图片类的网页当中，当文本在图片的右侧的时候，也就是右文左图这种结构，那么对于文本的注释。
Hold on，我这里可能还不 text is to the right of picture.
这个是比较。
Yeah. When you talk about 右文, say it again. 右文左图 whatever it is.
右文左图。
右文 meaning text on the right. 文字在右边。
不，我看看是文。
Because I try to understand the Chinese.
图片在左边。
文字在右边。
文字在右边。
Okay, so text to the right. On the right, picture on the left. Did I do right?
这种结构对文本的注释时间和次数是最多的。
对文本 to text, and then this is you get most fixation points to the text. If text to the right, on the right.
Correct.
Yeah.
第二个呢是当文本在图片的下册的时候，就上图下文的时候，那么对文本的注释时间是这4种方案里结构里边最短的。
最短啊？
对，这个它是最少的。
When the text is below the picture, the attention to the text in terms of fixation duration and the number is the least.
Right. 这是第二个。第三个呢是在这种网页当中呢。当图片在文本的上侧，对图片的注释时间和注释次数呢是最多的。
When the picture is basically above the text, the fixation duration and number of the picture is the most.
当图片在文本的左边的时候呢，对图片的注释时间和注释次数是明显少的。
That's interesting.
最少的。
When the picture is on the left of the text.
不就是说。这3和4和1和2呢，正好是相佐证的，因为呢，你看，就是同样的左图右文这种结构，对于文本来讲它是最好的，后边是有结论的，但是对图片来讲它是最差。
So if pictures to the left and the text is on the right, it's good for the text,
right.
But it's not good for the picture.
Right. And the same with the top and bottom range. If the picture's on top, people focus on the picture and not so much on the
text. 就是对于这个图片在上，文字在下的这种呢，对图片是最好的，但是对文字是最差的。
So it's Dr. Lehman just said that. So seems like you understand it.
I understand what
Okay.
第三个是研究的结论，就是有这样几个，一个呢是大学生浏览中文教育网页的平均时间呢是11.29秒，那么它的这个作用呢，就是有2个方面，一个呢是对我们教学当中，假如说我们是老师，要使用多媒体，使用这个多媒体的时候，一个界面给学生呈现多长时间是合适的。如果是少于这个11.29秒，那么学生还没浏览完，不要说是阅读。如果你太长呢？实际上也浪费时间，所以对教师呢是一个非常有意义的一个参考值。
So to understand the average duration of a student attention to the website has significant implication to instructional teaching practice, because then the teacher or instructor would know that what's the optimal presentation time of a web page. If you have the presentation time or duration is less than that, then students probably don't have enough time to really understand the content of the page, but if it's longer than that, may not be necessary, so that's the implication too.
第二个结论呢，就是教育类的网页第5区为注释热区，我们把它称为注释热区，就是这个区里边呢，注释的时间和注释点个数是最多的。那这样的话，就给我们呢有一个启发，就是说我们在教学当中可能要把最重要的内容放在这个区里，因为它是关注最多的一个区。
So based on the result, Region 5 is the hottest spot in terms of student scanning the web page. That has significant implication to, again, instructional or teaching practice. So those important content probably should be better posted in Region 5, which is the middle of the, if I remember correctly, of the website, because it gets the most fixation, duration, and points.
这是我们这个对注释热区呢，通过叶东实验仪收集到的这个图像，就是通过 对大量的阅读者的统计，我们发现了它的这个排序，注释热区的排序呢，大概是这样的，就是这个最多是第5区，下来是28、46呢，差不多，最少的是7区，这是通过一起收集到的这个数据，最直观的数据。
So the fixation, in terms of the hotness of each region, is in this order. Region 5 is number 1, and followed by 2 and 8. This is about average, and then followed by 1, 9, 3, 7 is the least.
Is this a map of one student, or is this a map of many students?
这个图呈现图是从一个学生来的好多，
这是好多的，
平均了等于
对
from the whole sample.
Okay.
第3个结论呢，就是我们通过研究呢发现，第1区是这个首次注释点的最多的区域。那么就是这个呢，有一个什么样的好处呢？就是我们在安排教学内容的起点的时候，给我们提供参考。因为我们教学内容实际上它也有个起落的问题，所以呢，一般来讲，既然你注释的起点在第1区，那么建议我们呢，在进行界面设计的时候，把和内容起点相关的东西呢放在第1区。
So this is the result basically in terms of the initial fixation points. And so in order, this is the most initial fixation point is region 1, and then followed by 2 and 5, and then go there. So yeah, that has also implication to instructional or teaching practice, because when you present a material, I mean, you also have a order. I mean, you expect a student to start from which part of the content. If that part is not the initial fixation point, then probably they will not understand the rest of the content. So that has significant basically implication for practice in terms of where you should put the starting point of the content that really leads to the rest to region 1, so that will get student attention to that part.
第4个呢，就是我们可以比较直观的看出来，就当浏览者在浏览这个多媒体界面的时候，它的这个视线的规律是什么样的？就是先落在哪里，然后又看什么内容，最后看什么内容。整个把这个界面浏览完以后，它这个视线的一个规律是什么样的？那么我们通过统计的发现，大概是这样的。你看，这是这样的，就是说，它有一点像我们写的一个大自然，就是从第1区，然后到第5区到8区和9区，像一个打了一个顿号一样。
1, 5，
然后到8和9。大概是这样的一个。
So it goes kind of that way.
对，大概是这样一个。
So the trajectory of the scanning pattern looks like from region 1 and then 5 and then it goes to 8 to 9.
就它的顺序轨迹大概是这样。
Trajectory of the scanning pattern.
这就是对我们安排界面上安排教学内容，究竟把它放在什么位置是有参考。
So that has implication in terms of where you should place your material. The beginning intro part, probably start there and then go. I guess anyway, it will guide your presentation of your educational materials.
那么关于结构特征呢，有这样4个方面，就是对于文本类、文本图片类的这一类的网页结构，左图右文这种结构，对于文本来讲它是最好的，对于文本，但是呢，对于这个图片来讲，它就是最差。
So yeah, that's kind of a summarization of a different type of text picture type of web page. When pictures on the left, text on the right, that's optimal for text display. And then if picture on the top, text bottom, that's the best for picture. Am I right?
文本 text.
No, this
one. It's not good.
上图。
Oh yeah, not good. I'm jumping to the next one. Picture top, but it's not good for text.
就是对那个图片，对这个文本图片类的这种结构呢，就是如果我们 知识内容是以文本为主要的，图片呢是辅助的。那么这种情况下，那么建议用左图右文的结构。
So if the text is the most important part of your presentation, then we should adopt this type of layout, basically picture left, text right, because the text will get the most attention. If the pictures only serve as a supplemental function.
对于这个文本图片类的这种网页结构，那么对图片来讲，它的最优的结构呢就是上图下文。那么它的这个左图右文呢是最差的。上图下文是，也就是说，如果是这个知识内容我们要安排的时候，图片是主要的内容，文字是辅助解释图片的。那么最好呢把它设计成上图下文。
Right? I switched, because if picture is the most important part of the content, then the layout should be picture on the top, text at the bottom. So I made a mistake. I don't know how I made it, but maybe I did not understand Chinese. My Chinese is gone anyway.
但是如果安排成这个左图右文这种结构呢，那么对图片来讲是最差的。
Yeah, if the text is on the right, pictures on the left, then it's not good for pay attention to picture.
就是我们尽量不要用这种结构来安排图片为主的教学内容。
Yeah, if the picture is the most important content,
So I
then we should
have a
not
question for Professor Purdue.
Okay.
What if both the picture and the text are important?
他问你，如果说图和文字如果都重要的话，那你怎么安排呢？
都重要。那么就是有一个办法，就是建议这四个不是有一个是最好，一个最差。那么有两个呢，它是居中。那么建议可以采用，就是就是我看看。
So he said, remember, well, these are the best, right? But there is two results in middle. So
Exactly.
Just adopt them in middle. 中庸之道是吧
So like text on the left, picture on the right, for example.
对图片来讲，就是说，上图下文是最优的，那么左图右文呢是最差的。那么如果两个都重要，那么就这两个都不要用，而用另外两个的效果介于这两者之间。
So we should not use, I forgot which one. We should not use that. We should not go to
So you really don't want to use either one of those. You want to use one of those.
Yeah.
Okay.
We have to do another study to confirm whether or not this will be the best. Okay. Oh, is that all?
Yeah.
So
This is okay.
So that's all. So that's here's the references, and I think we should maybe question and answer. Entertain some questions.
Could you pull up the Ningbo University website?
Oh, Ningbo, 你有宁波大学的
No internet here? Oh.
网，你能上网吗？
有
No, there's no internet connection, it says here.
哦，没有 ，there is. 这里有
Wireless.
无线的可以的。
你可以接上哈，可以接上英网。
无线可以。
I want to see how that one looks compared to Purdue's, for example. Purdue's has the pictures, at least the first, welcoming page is the pictures at the top, text at the bottom.
So picture on top, text on the bottom, test. Now here's the testing for everybody.
So you pay attention to the picture.
The picture.
So we only pay attention to our Purdue picture, right? The
That's
rest.
the welcoming, I guess, because you want to attract the students, so you want to.
This is
Ningbo University. So this is the picture. So what is this? This is the test, okay? Since you learn the result, what would be the best for test or for picture?
I mean, you said that was undesirable too, right?
Desirable for what? For pay attention to text or picture?
It's a picture.
This is picture to the left.
They will be paying attention to the
To the
text,
text on that one.
because the text is on the right.
Right? Is that correct? 应该 based on your result, people pay more attention to text on the right,
Yeah.
right? Okay.
主要是这个界面不是我设计的。
He said he did not design this web page.
他提的目前蛮有意思啊。既然你研究这个，马上看看你牛不牛。
He really appreciate you apply the theory into practice immediately. Other questions? Any clarification or any?
I guess I had a question. Does the web browser have any impact on the user's use of these sites? In other words, if you look at the computer that he's using, the web browser usually lists in the top left, lists the location bar. So people are just kind of used to dealing with the top left of their, and favorites used to be there, lots of stuff used to be at the top left of your browser. So I'm wondering if the browser or the tool has any impact on the content.
Browsers 这个中文是啥呀？
浏览器。
哦，浏览器啊。
网页的。
他是说是不同的浏览器嘛，一般浏览器我们就知道这个上面的地址不都在左上角嘛，那么大家都会往那儿看。那么不同的浏览器会不会对你这些结果有影响？会有不同的？你有没有做过这样的研究？就如果不同的浏览器会不会得出不同的结果？
这个我们还没做，我们主要还是做的就是现在这个经常用的这叫什么
IE。
对 IE。这个呢，主要是涉及到，它可能涉及到这个习惯的问题。
Yeah, he said he hasn't done any study about that, but I think that will probably relate to the habit of mind. I mean, in terms of different browser, typically in China use Internet Explorer, so I guess people get used to that. But that's a very good question, right? Kind of you have a convention
and
there.
There's a potentially cultural element too. So, for example, in Arabic. It goes from right to left.
Yeah. And although now China is following the Western from left to right, but in the older time of that day it's from right to left. So that's the culture difference also. Always has a role.
虽然这个是中文教育网页，但是呢，应该说和英文的呢，它还是有一些类通的，或者说还是有一些参考。虽然中英文是不同的，但是呢，它有一些东西还是应该是
Although he said he's studying using the material of Chinese web page, but he believes there is similarity between the Chinese and Western, because basically China is following the Western, I think.
Is there any research like in English like similar to that one, like with English websites? Is there any research?
Is there any related similar research to your research using the English?
现在这个是我们下一步要做的。
No. 有没有？对不起，我刚才说什么话我也不知道。有没有就是说英文的那些研究啊，就是外国人做的研究，跟你相类似的研究有没有？
有。那么这方面呢，主要是就6月份我不是要去那个圣巴巴拉，他是麦叶，他就是做这一块儿，他是做这一块儿。那么他主要是做英文。
So how he's mentioning there's I guess an expert in the field. His name is Meyer, first name in Santa Barbara. Meyer's last name.
Richard Mayer. He's very famous in multimedia.
So in Santa Barbara, right over there. And so he's gonna visit him during June
6th.
June 6th. And so my question is, how he's studied. 他的研究跟你的研究有什么区别呢 ？How his study is different from Professor Liu's? That's my question to him.
他的研究呢，现在是这样，就是说他现在研究的多的呢是多媒体学习过程，它究竟是用什么模型？比如说2个通道还是3个通道？那么这个通道之间的
什么叫通道？2个通道、3个通道。
那么通道就是说，你比如说我只用视觉通道。
OK.
浏览。然后还有听觉。
OK.
那么我现在呢还做的是还有触觉，就是3个通道。那么就是麦叶他现在做的最多的就是这2个通道之间信息是怎么加工，它这个模型是什么样，它注重在这一点。而我现在做的呢是在界面，就是多媒体的这个界面它有什么特征。 来帮主要的目的呢是通过这个研究指导多媒体界面怎么设计，你有依据。
So Professor Liu paid more attention to the interface of the web, how the reader interact with it in terms of the characteristic layout, structure, and to give guidance to instructional design. Dr. Mayer is more interested in the modality, different kind of modality, and
Right.
from the visual, is that modality?
Yeah.
Yeah.
How
So-
information is processed.
Textile and
Right. When do you
audio.
use text and pictures together? When do you use audio with, yeah, so he's done a lot of studies in that area.
Okay. So there is a little bit difference.
因为就说是这个研究呢，可能稍等，这个研究呢，可能就是还有一个问题呢，就是不同的实验对象，也就是说，中国的大学生他的浏览的习惯和他的浏览的心理和美国的学生呢，可能有差异。
你做过研究吗？
没有。那么这个呢，可能我们以后会做这方面的研究。
Professor Liu comment on that the Chinese college student might have different characteristics or patterns in terms of scanning web pages, on these parameters or variables. But he hasn't done the comparison between the Chinese and the Western students. I don't know whether or not. Why? What's the rationale? 为什么你觉得有区别呢？
因为这个就是浏览这个，它和人的心理和习惯是有。
He said that because it relates to the culture, to the habits, to the social conventions, so he believed it might have difference.
Good.
因为我的
Sorry, I think I should go you first. I'm sorry, I skipped you. Go ahead.
就是因为我就用中文，就是因为我的硕士论文有比较中国的女大学生和英国的女大学生在使用因特网，就是那是在03年很久，所以当时我们就发现是有很大的差别。然后文化就是在这个上面对他们对因特网在教育当中的使用的范围就是会有影响。然后文化刚刚像
什么叫使用范围啊？
就是说，比如说他们是用来搜索网页，还是用来查邮件、写功课，
还是用来看，
就是这是在一个比较大的一个
看这个体位，
他们就有蛮大的差别。
那么这个呢，就说是现在。
She commented on that. She once conducted a study comparison between the Chinese and the British
female
college students, the difference in terms of use the web browser, internet, and she found that there is difference in terms of. Could you specify what
the usage of the internet?
The usage of the internet.
Whether they are doing to search for information or browsing for news or searching for educational material or using email or doing homework.
So you found the Chinese and the British female students difference in terms of?
British female college students use it more often to search for information and doing homework, while Chinese students were mainly just using for looking for news
这实际上
and checking emails.
那你实际上做这个研究就是网上行为的，网上行为。
It's very maybe before.
非常接近。
Yeah.
That's interesting. I'm sorry,
No, that's fine. It would kind of be a follow-up from the same topic. If college age student was a variable also considered in the research, because I would imagine that age could have maybe different.
I think that's a wonderful point. Must make a big difference, right? Our age, that would be probably even huge. The difference.
For his research, I'm sorry, we kind of walked in a little bit late, so I missed out. He sampled his 48 students,
49 or
45
something,
sample.
yeah, college
Were
students.
they randomly selected from one specific college or?
From as far as I remember, it's from Ningbo University, so it's one college. 你选这个 sample 是随机取样的，从所有的宁波大学学生当中，还是某一个年级啊？
是在宁波大学的，就照顾到各个专业，照顾到男女，就是随机抽样，先是随机抽样，然后随机分组。
So it's a stratified random sampling. He's considering the different major in that university, different age, grade, and so it's a stratified random sampling. basically representing.
就是他还提的一个关于研究方法里边很专业的一个问题。
Yeah. So that's a stratified random sampling. I know that part.
从问题上可以看出他对这方面很专长。
Thank you for a very technical question. So that's good. Yeah, that's a good question. We did not have a chance to let everybody introduce. I'm sorry. This professor coming from?
I'm a graduate student.
Graduate student from Colloquium Instruction.
Purdue. Curriculum Instruction.
Colloquium Instruction. Yeah, from special education curriculum instruction, we have kind of variety of attendee, which is good. Any other comments, questions, or yeah, the time's about.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Hail to Purdue, our friendship may she never lack.